Fury was always the B-side, commercially. But the rise of Tyson Fury in the last 2 years, like he's put himself right up there. You know, at the moment, on paper, Tyson Fury is the...
I've got a few more boxing questions before I want to finish on some no context stuff. I love your honesty, by the way, Eddie. You don't shirk a question, that's for sure. Tyson Fury, he's had a few things to say about you over the years. I interviewed you for The Social, a Lad Bible thing last summer, I think it was, or summer before. And there was a story on there that he wanted you to sign him. Is this true? Before he had his comeback?
He was talking to promoters. And the thing is with Tyson is he's a very good fighter. And I'm a very good promoter. And we know that about each other. If you asked him, honestly, who's the best promoter in the world, he would say me. And if you ask me right now, who's the best heavyweight in the world, I would say Tyson Fury, right?
Okay.
Pains us to say it,
yeah,
but that's facts.
Yeah.
And I flew him out to Monaco. We had a meeting and he turned up and he was huge. This was when he was just coming off the back of, you know, his mental problems and stuff like that. He must have been nearly 30 stone.
He
was sweating. And I looked at him and he was saying, I'm going to do this. And, you know, could hardly talk. And he was like, you know, I'm coming back and I'm going to do this. And I want a couple of easy fights. And I looked at him, I thought, you've got no chance, you know. And we couldn't agree a deal. We wanted, you know, I didn't like the path that he wanted to take, which he ended up actually taking the path that I wanted him to take. And I would have actually spent the money if I knew he would have fought Deontay Wilder after 2 fights. But he wanted like 4 or 5 of those easier fights. And what he's done is remarkable. You know, I mean, to come back physically and mentally from where he was. Forget coming back and winning the world heavyweight title.
Yeah. And his story as well.
His story is incredibly inspiring. That, you know, he's also a maverick of getting people to believe what he says. Because I talk bollocks. He's right up there, right? But amazingly, the public don't believe what I say. They believe what he says. Like, you know, I think he fought Wilder on fight 1. He was like, I don't care about the money. I'm going to give it all to the homeless, right? I mean, I don't think he gave £1 to the homeless. But
right.
I still have people come to me today going, I don't like Joshua because, you know, when Fury fought, he gave it all to the homeless. I'm like, oh, my God. And then 2 weeks ago, he said, I'll only come out of retirement for $500 million, right? And I was like, wow, that's a lot. And then last week, he said, I'll fight Joshua, but it's got to be for free tickets for everyone, no pay-per-view. And everyone's going, what a great man of the people. And I'm going, no.
Well, so he won't actually do that then?
Of course he won't. I mean, and I wouldn't let Joshua do it. You know how dangerous this sport is? Like, I'm getting my fighter every penny they deserve every time they step in the ring. And he would never fight for free. That's the biggest fight in the history of boxing. But yet people will go. And Tyson's very clever. You know, I mean, 1, he's a great fighter. But 2, he's a great talker. I mean, he's a great character as well. You know, I can't take anything away from him, but he just sometimes talks absolute rubbish and manages to get people to believe it. That's an art that I'm still trying to perfect. I'm on the way, but he's right up there.
So, do you think that fight will never happen?
I think it will definitely happen because... You know,
what you think Joshua Fury will happen?
Everyone stops me in the street to ask about that fight all the time.
This the one question.
But he's fighting Usyk, which is such a tough fight. Like, if he gets beat, the fight with Fury is still there. It's not as big as it could be, but it's still a fight that everybody wants to see. I think AJ will beat Usyk. If he does, Fury against AJ it's not just the biggest fight of our generation. It's the biggest fight in the history of boxing forever. The undisputed heavyweight world championship. You know, and everyone's wanted to see that fight for so long. I honestly think we will get it.
You do?
I do, because it's up to Fury as well. Look, he's achieved a lot. He's made a lot of money. He talks about retiring. You can't knock a man from walking away from the sport, especially with your faculties in place, with money in the bank. But he's a competitor as well. And I think, you know, people will always want to see that fight.
As a plastic, and I'm a self-admitting plastic boxing fan now, I'll just dip in and out of the big ones. What's stopping that fight from happening? Why haven't we seen that?
Kind of like ego, different broadcasters, different promoters. It can be... You know, negotiating a fight is one of the most frustrating things in the world because literally it can fall apart at any time over the most ridiculous thing. Like, in that situation, bizarrely, a lot of the time people worry about, like, the fighters will worry about what he's getting or what you're making or whatever. I always say to a fighter, don't worry about what anyone else is making other than you.
Mm.
Are you? But this doesn't work. Like
It's an ego thing,
when
though,
there's
isn't
bad
it?
blood between fighters, or there's people don't like each other. It's like, and it could be anything. Could be like whose name goes first on a poster.
Mm.
You know, oh, Fury says it has to be Fury Joshua, and Joshua goes, no, and I'll say, let's just toss a coin for it, and they go, no, and then all of a sudden, it's off.
Right.
Like, and people don't see that side. They just think, how can we not? But
It's all down to them little egos sort of.
But also, these aren't normal people.
Mm.
I go back to, you know, it's not like someone with just not. These are fighters, so it's like, you know, it's always like that rather than two, you know, people sitting down and going, no, let's talk about it. You know, I think your name should go first, and we're going to make so much money.
Do alphabetical.
Do we really give a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Whereas they will go, yeah, I do.
Do
and
you
I'll tell you what, I ain't doing it if it's not.
Right.
That's like, it's like,
Yeah.
Do you think they see like every little thing as a victory even before the fight?
Yeah, probably. But it's just like, I don't want to give an inch. I've had so many fights fall away for nothing. And you just go, I can't believe it. You know, you try and sit down with a fighter sometimes. I mean, look, AJ's very smart, but they have a lot of pride and principle. You know, I've sat down with fighters before and gone, like, over that exact issue and gone, does it matter? Honestly, it's like, yeah, it does. It's like, no, but it doesn't.
I've never looked at a poster and thought, oh, their name's first,
No,
they're more
but
important.
In boxing,
Yeah.
there's a lot of A side, B side. So
Right.
it's like, if you're the B side,
Yeah.
sometimes that people feel that, you know, you walk in second. Right?
Who's the B side in that fight then?
I mean, look, Fury was always the B side commercially, but the rise of Tyson Fury in the last 2 years, like, he's put himself right up there. You know, at the moment on paper, Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. If AJ beats Usyk, it's arguable, you know. But like, again, you get to a point. I think as they get older, it's easier. Like, I just think people just go, oh, look, who cares?
We just want to see the fight.
Exactly. And AJ's got in a position before where, you know, walking second, and he's actually one of those. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to fight.
Yeah.
But when two people don't like each other, no one wants to give an inch, and it's so frustrating. Like, you know, it could be the changing rooms on the night. I want first choice changing room. Are you fucking joking? Getting 100 mil. Shut up. Get changed in the car park if you need to. You know, so,
Oh no, Winston's
Yes,
injured.
This is bad news.
Oh no!
Yes.
Wow.
Look.
Holding Winston's leg, everyone.
Yeah.
And
And here is what's happened.
oh my god!